Hey everyone, it's Dustin here, the Pro Picker, with another resale video for you guys. So today I'm at an estate sale. I was actually the first one here, and you're going to see some things I miss, I'm sure, on this one, because how this worked is just get in there and start getting what I can, because, you know, estate sales get really busy, and as the sale progresses, more and more people were coming. The house actually got sort of packed. So here I start off in this room, and I see one of these Melody in Motions. These can kind of have a long tail to them. You'll see the comp there. That's actually two of them have sold for like $97.99 shipped. I don't know if I'll get that much. I'm gonna have to look at the few competing listings there are and price accordingly. However, I got it at a low price of $5, so I'm content. What really, this just drew my eye, this Kentucky rifle kit box. The actual BB guns in the case, and I do grab that. I don't know how I'm gonna sell this yet. There are no comps for the BB guns, but for some of the parts there are. Even parting this out, I should do okay. And I put a comp up for just the box only. Again, I don't know if I want to just take everything apart and then sell it as a kit. I know that's probably how I would get top dollar. Let me know how you would handle in the comments. I only paid $5 for it, so I'm not gonna lose. And I go ahead and start a pile, including that Grog Cup over there, but we'll get to that in a minute. They actually bring everything downstairs for me, following me as I rush over to check out the vinyl, which is not in the garage. I hope everybody's doing well today, by the way. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Both of those things help me out a ton. So I go and I just start rushing, checking out the vinyl. The Britannica, the Encyclopedia Britannica there for $10 has already sold. I do end up buying another set though. Looking through here, I've already sold the Raiders of the Lost Ark vinyl for $28 shipped, which isn't bad because vinyl ships media mail, so there we go. And just giving you an overall highlight of everything here, because I looked through a ton of vinyl and ended up picking out 54 records. The Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom is a pretty decent one too. There were some good ones in here. I got kind of burned on a few of them. However, at $1 a piece, I'll be okay. Some of the movie soundtrack ones have actually been pretty decent. I think we've sold 4 pieces already of it, and we haven't even listed everything yet. I already sold the Donna Summers with the poster inside. And yeah, so we've sold a few pieces. It's not going to be the most epic vinyl lot I've ever purchased or anything like that. There's some good ones in here. I didn't look up every single one at the sale because I wanted to look at everything I possibly could at the sale. So I did pay for some education today. However, it's going to be profitable, so I'm good with it. No Zeppelin or Pink Floyd or Sabbath or anything like that in here. No real heavy hitters. Not a lot in the way of, not a ton of jazz. I've done pretty well with jazz in the past. In fact, a while ago, I had a video where I purchased a bunch for like 90 cents at a thrift store, and a lot of them were flipping for like 50, 60 bucks, and pretty good numbers. So here I go with my first stack, and there's that I think it's what, Grog mug, and it's a face. I think I'll get about 60 shipped for it. I'm only paying $2, so should be pretty good on it. And I do check out the VHS in a sec. These Book of the Years, the whole set, which included like all the red books there and all the red books next to the vinyl. So there's like 20 something of them. I grab it for $5. These guys are all over the place though. So some of the books are going for like 15 and 20. And some of the sets, I might just lot it up and see if I get a hundo. You know, throw it up for $100 shipped or something like that. It'll probably cost me 30 or something to ship via media mail. I don't know. There you see the other guy packing up the set. That's actually pretty decent. That's a good set right there. And they got a killer deal on it. So yeah, the Books of the Year I'll do okay on. That's one thing. Like when you come to an estate sale like this, you can't buy it all. It just comes down to it. It's impossible. So just get what you can. And I'm okay with the book purchase. In a little bit, I'll show you kind of why I regretted it, because I had to lug all these out to the curb. They didn't allow parking into the driveway for customers, so that was a little rough on me. Or at least that's what the sign had said. So after I grab the books here, as you'll see, I move them into my ever-growing pile. I also had Jessica come as reinforcement for me here. And she's actually picking a little bit upstairs. Doesn't buy nearly as much stuff, probably thankfully. And start looking, she comes down here to check out some of this vinyl with me. Like you got the Chuck Mangione and the Diana Ross there. And they initially wanted $2 a piece on this vinyl. There's almost no way I could have done okay on this lot had I did that, especially with some of the misses I had. However, I was able to work them to $1 a piece, which is really where I'm comfortable at with vinyl. Unless you're talking about things that are obvious, then okay. I mean, it's a different story when, you know, there's sold comps for $60 and they want 10. Take your $10. But in this instance, a lot of this stuff was super common and didn't have a ton of value. Most everything at least was able to be listed for $8.99 and above. So I'll make a profit on most of it, and then I'll bulk out a little bit of it, or just sell it at my yard sale, which is upcoming. These are the banned from television VHSs. Comp-wise, probably $15 to $20 for the set of 3. It'll ship media mail. I'm paying $3, so probably about $20 for all 3. And then I do make it back upstairs here. And I know, like, I'm passing by some stuff. It just started getting a little bit crazy. Estate sales can have that happen on the first day where there's a ton of people. So I do grab the Sears VCR. And the one I put up on the screen has a comp of $60. Mine has the box, the manual, and it also has the remote hookups and everything. I'm thinking I'll get probably a premium 80 for it just because it's a cool vintage one. Jess actually picked up this back massager and she grabbed it for $4 and it sells for $60 shipped. I mean, even with, you know, $12-15 shipping priority, which is probably 15's on the high end, so 8 to 12. Yeah, we're definitely gonna make some money on that. So good eye on her behalf, her part. Don't buy the Bill Cosby album that you saw earlier. Nobody wants it, by the way. I put that in my yard sale pile. So Jess picked this stuff. I haven't had a chance to really look through it, so you guys tell me if she did good. I think they were like $1 a piece or something, so I don't think there's any way we're gonna lose. We got the wagon because it's kind of like a planter wagon, and I know she would like it, so I picked it for her. And also, it's going to be cool for like staging purposes. So we do some real estate on the side. And so for like when we're trying to show off a rental or maybe something that we're trying to flip, I think it would be cool to bring that with a plant or something outside. And I'm speeding up the footage here. So but you could kind of see how far we're lugging everything. And everybody wanted to have their conversation in the pathway, and just kind of, so it was kind of confusing. We actually paid, settled up, and then we came back because Jessica was interested in that blowfish and also interested in the deep sea diver helmet you might have saw earlier, and that shelf. So hoping to throw that shelf in my office space so I can have some knickknacks or something behind me. Maybe I'll make some purchases off of like YouTube creators I like or something and fill the shelf with that. That could be fun for, you know, when you guys see me on the webcam, so it's not just some solid gray wall. We actually get that shelf for only $20. We have to wait to pick it up because they want to sell the stuff off of it first, but it's sold at ours now. And yeah, she said it was handmade by her father, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, that's just really neat. So before we settle up, I end up blowing another $5. The San Francisco Music Box Company stuff can be okay. And so I end up grabbing this one just to give it a shot. I do find that I sell a fair amount of Christmas stuff throughout the year. Obviously, it's more likely to move for the price I want in Q4. I don't know if I'm going to get enough to where it really is worth it. I mean, I might get 30, 35 bucks shipped, which would be profitable, but you're also talking about shipping something fragile, and it can be kind of annoying if you're not making a large margin with that. Thankfully, we didn't have to move the shelf today. So here's some footage of a yard sale. I think this is actually the day before the sale that you just saw. And they had advertised Pokemon cards, and I was like, oh man, I got to rush over there. And I do look through them, and they ended up wanting like 10 for the small 10s, 20 for the big 10. And he had like a written down inventory of what they had. I looked through them for some time because they were talking like 120 bucks here. And unfortunately, just didn't seem to make any sense to me. So I did get the Blu-ray player there for $2 though, which is nuts, boxed and with remote. So I tested it, and Jessica listed it, and I had been like, hey, 35, she threw it up for 40, so there we go, I guess. I grabbed this wrestling DVD. I listed it for $11.98 based off of comps for $1. So I mean, I'll make a few bucks. It's in good shape, so why not, I guess. And then to continue with the wrestling theme, I know some people said, hey, I missed out on some belts on the last sale, so I decided not to pass this time and grab this one for $1.50. It's actually meant, like, it's in really good shape. It's a smaller one for a kid, and yeah, so I grabbed that. I'm trying to think. I think that's all I end up grabbing at this sale. So I think it was $4.50 for everything. Nothing too crazy, and I kind of have rushed from I think this might have been the same day, actually Thursday, so the same day as the church sale from yesterday's video, and I had rushed over here from like completely like the other side of town, basically 15-20 minutes or whatever. But it's fine because you got to take those gambles when you see something like Pokemon cards in a listing. We got to go and check it out and see what it is. I mean, for all I know, it could have been first edition stuff that they were letting go at a reasonable price. You just never know. Could have been a bunch of sealed packs. I mean, the upside on it being something big is so large that you just, you know, it's not that bad to go drive it, you know, a little bit to find out. So I go over to the Goodwill here, and this is actually after the estate sale, and I found all this Tweaked by Nature products sealed, which is awesome. I can't believe it survived the new stock carts and made it onto the floor. $1.99 and $2.99 a piece, respectively, and I think I'll be able to get about $20 to $30 a piece on them, depending on what it is. And yeah, I mean, overall, it's going to be a pretty good margin. The sell-through's decent on them. It's not amazing, so I'll have them for a little bit, but that's really no problem. I mean, once I sell a few of them, they'll all be paid off, and then I'll just let my profit drip in at a slow drip. So I'm happy with it. Not every single one on the shelf was brand new, so I had to go through every single one of them and make sure. There was some, and when I say not brand new, at least maybe somebody opened them in the store to smell them or something. But once the seal is broken, I'm not interested. So here's everything I end up getting on this purchase. And with that, guys, really appreciate everybody coming out and watching. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notifications, comment below, and follow me on Instagram at ProPickerOhio. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.